The first sound I heard wasn't her voice. It was the crack of glass on tile, a wine glass shattering into pieces, right there in the middle of my sister's kitchen. Then her scream came, jagged and sharp. "You think you can just walk in here and humiliate me in front of my own friends?" The room froze. A dozen faces, neighbors, co-workers, family, turned toward me. And there she was. My daughter, Lily, standing in the center, like a performer on stage, phone raised high. Her voice cut through the silence. "Why don't you tell them what you've really been hiding, Dad, or should I play it?" She waved her phone. The screen glowed, and suddenly everyone was staring at me. I felt the floor tilt under my feet. A cold sweat crawled down my back. I knew exactly what was on that recording, but not how she'd gotten it. That was the moment I realized my own daughter had turned me into her enemy. A week before that night, I still thought Lily was on my side. We'd been close once. Too close, maybe. After her mother left, it was just me and her against the world. I taught her how to drive, helped her pick colleges, stayed up late watching crime shows together like we were teammates instead of father and daughter. But cracks had started showing months ago. Short texts instead of calls, canceled dinners. That look she gave me, the kind where she was seeing someone I didn't recognize. The first time I noticed her recording me was small. Barely anything. I was in the garage, muttering about her Uncle Jeff while fixing the lawnmower. She was standing in the doorway, phone in hand, casual. Too casual. "Everything okay, Dad?" she asked. "Yeah," I said, but my gut tightened. It was the way she slipped the phone into her pocket. Smooth, practiced. That left me uneasy. I told myself I was paranoid, but I wasn't. The second sign came during Thanksgiving. Family packed into the house. Football on the TV. Turkey drying out in the oven. Someone made a joke about my temper. Probably Jeff again. I laughed it off. But Lily, she didn't. She pulled her phone halfway out of her pocket, like a reflex. Then slid it back when she saw me watching. Later that night, when everyone was gone, I confronted her. "Why do you keep recording me?" Her face went blank. "I don't," she said. But the lie was too smooth, too rehearsed. That's when I knew something had shifted between us, and I had no idea why. The third sign wasn't private. It was at church. Of all places, after the service, people lingered on the steps outside, coffee cups in hand. I was chatting with an old friend when Lily suddenly spoke up loud enough for everyone to hear. "Funny thing, Dad, remember when you said family doesn't always deserve loyalty?" The air shifted, heads turned. She was smiling, but it wasn't a kind smile. It was sharp, deliberate. I wanted to argue, to shut it down, but how could I without confirming it? The words were mine. I'd said them weeks ago in the garage, when I thought no one was listening, which meant she had it on tape. My stomach dropped. By the time her public outburst hit, wine glass, phone raised, eyes burning, I already knew the game she was playing. But what gutted me was the why. That night, after everyone scattered and the mess was cleaned up, I went looking for answers. I didn't confront her directly, not yet. I went through the only place I thought she wouldn't expect me to look, her old desktop in her bedroom. The folder was buried 3 layers deep, labeled physics notes. Inside, dozens of audio files. Me, ranting about her mother. Me, mocking Jeff. Me, cursing under my breath about family, about trust, about her. Every slip, every weakness, every private thought. I was trapped in her collection like an insect pinned to glass. And then I saw the dates. She'd been recording me for over a year. That was the night I stopped being her father. Not out loud. Not in any way she could see. To her, I was still the same man. Tired, a little angry, maybe a little broken. But underneath, something hardened. I started planning. Not rage, not violence. Something colder. I studied her patterns. How she stored the recordings, when she left her phone unattended. Who she sent messages to. It wasn't about stopping her anymore. It was about making sure she could never do it again. I wasn't going to beg her for loyalty. I was going to take away her power. The first step was simple. I bought a burner phone and a fresh email account. I used it to send Lily a message late one night, pretending to be a family friend. Subject line: "You should know what your daughter's been saying about you." I attached one of her own recordings. Not of me, but of her. A slip she didn't realize she'd made. Complaining about Jeff's kids. Calling her cousin a parasite. Laughing about her mother's drinking. The second step was patience. I sent another file a week later. Then another. Always from someone else. Always to just the right person. By Christmas, whispers had started. Her mother called me in tears. Jeff stopped inviting her over. Friends she'd bragged about ghosted her. Lily didn't see me smile, not once. I let her think she was still winning, but one by one, her bridges were burning. The final blow came at New Year's. Family gathered again. Tense, but pretending otherwise. Lily showed up late, eyes tired, phone clutched like a weapon. Halfway through dinner, Jeff stood up. His face was red, his voice shaking. "You've been recording all of us, haven't you?" The room went still. Lily froze. Her hand twitched toward her pocket, but it was too late. Her mother spoke next, voice flat. I don't know who you are anymore, but you're not welcome in my house. And just like that, the tide turned. The daughter who had cornered me, humiliated me, betrayed me, was suddenly on the outside, alone. Here's the part no one knew. Those files on her desktop. I copied every one of them before deleting the originals. I left just enough traces for her to think the files had corrupted, maybe some glitch. She panicked, of course, tried to bluff her way out, but the damage was done, and the people she thought she controlled with my voice now only heard hers. The beauty of it, she never even suspected me. She thought it was karma, fate, some cruel coincidence. But I know the truth. She built her power on secrets. I buried her with them, and I never once raised my voice. So, this is the end of the story from my side. Let me know your thoughts about the story in the comments section. I will be reading all the comments and answer you. See you in the next video.